In recent years, if you ask what type of modeling software is the most popular, it must be C4D. It must be Blender. So, in the past few days, we have thoroughly studied and learned how to use Blender, successfully established a model and made it work. Today, we will unveil Blender's secrets as quickly as possible.
Get ready for the fastest man alive!
As usual, let's see the icon first. Blender's icon is like a hand making an OK gesture, which means Blender wishes you good modeling and can complete the task perfectly in one time to avoid the boss scolding. Click on the icon to enter Blender. As seen in the video, we can see a large number of complex buttons. If we include all the buttons in the function bar, Blender contains nearly 100 buttons. So, I searched for a high-definition picture of the cockpit of a small airplane, and I found the buttons of the cockpit were just about 100. Moreover, these over 100 buttons are designed for 2 people to use, while our Blender is designed for 1 person to operate. So now you know why there are so many fingers in Blender's icon. First, let's get to know Blender. There are 6 buttons on the left. These are the 6 most important buttons. The first one is the select box, used to select items. The second one is cursor, which determines the center of the work. The third one is the move button. The fourth one is rotating objects. The fifth one is to change the size of the object. The sixth one is to deform the object. Rolling the mouse scroll can zoom in and zoom out of the view, while holding it can change the perspective. The window below is the timeline. Using a timeline can make the image move, which like video editing. Now, let's create a simple animation. First, create a cube and a cone. We want to move the cone on the cube. First, right-click to create a keyframe. The purpose of this keyframe is to record the position of the current item. Next, we move the cone above the cube. Create another keyframe in the timeline. This keyframe records the target position of this item. Now we click the play button, and the computer will automatically create an animation for us. Then, our simple animation is complete. Now we've learned how to make a simple animation. Let's make a simple crashing movement. Let's add a plane and adjust to the size we want by pressing S, like this. Adjust to the aim position by pressing G. Now, let's add a cube. Let's change the size by pressing S again. And change the position by pressing G. Okay, let's add another small ball. Pressing the UV sphere. Pressing S, changing the size, and pressing G to change the position. After we move the plane to the appropriate position, we can set the object now. Now let's set all of them as rigid body. We have to select them one by one to set them so. Now set the plane to passive to make it not movable. Set the ball to animated. Then we can insert the starting keyframe. Right click to insert the keyframe and move the timeline and move the ball to its end position. Now we can right click to make another keyframe. Insert the ending keyframe again. Now let's press the space to play the video. The crashing animation is now completed. Now let's start rendering our work. We can individually edit the color of the sphere when selecting it. There is the material settings on the right side. We can change its material. Now let's change the ball to red color. Next, we turn the cube to green. Turn the square into brown. The color of the object is adjusted. Of course, you can also add the picture you want to the item. At this point, we can add a light source. Select the type of light source you want to add in the Add section. This time, we add a point light. Press and hold G to move it to the position you want. After selecting a light source, you can edit its property. Click on the small light bulb on the right to change its brightness and color. After everything is set up, we can start rendering the animation. Click Render. The angle of the camera is the angle of the rendered video. Finally, let's learn how to export this animation. On the right side, there is an output interface where you can select the location you want to save. Go to Location, press Accept. Then select FFmpeg video as the file type. Then click to render the animation. After waiting the rendering process to complete, we can now see our animation at the target location. Now we can find the video where we save our project. That's how we export our project.
That's all of this video.
And we believe you have a good understanding of how to use Blender to make animation.
Thank you so much for watching this video and see you